Hello everyone, the 316 Lego Maniac 316 here. I'm back with another Lightning Collection review on Monday. This time, I got the Wave 6 In Space Yellow. She originally retailed for $19.99, however you can find her pretty cheap just about anywhere. I got mine off of Amazon for $13.99. I think they have all the In Space Rangers on there except red and silver. Because silver is a Walgreens Hasbro Pulse exclusive. Anyway, her accessories. Just like every other female ranger, as far as I'm aware, she comes with a karate chop right hand and a fisted left hand. Get a ton of those. She comes with her civilian head. I mean, I think that looks good, but that just looks really creepy. Getting teeth on an action figure isn't easy, and it's not always going to look good. There's a little bit of give on the hair. Anyway, her last two, or three accessories rather, she comes with the Astro Blaster, as well as the Star Slinger and a brand new effect piece for the Star Slinger. Lastly, of course, she gets two holding hands with these two fingers being separable and these two being stuck together. I wasn't originally going to collect the In Space Rangers, but then I found pink in store somewhere, and then red, and then I bought yellow and black together on Amazon. And they look really nice together, but with yellow, she was the very first In Space Ranger they did, so she has some differences to the rest of the figures, but not too many. I want to take one quick look at her Astro Blaster because it is different from the others. Let me get reds out here. So here's her Astro Blaster, if it would focus. There we go. And then here's Andros. As you can see, they actually painted this one silver. I'm not entirely sure why. I'm certain this is not silver plastic. I mean, this is gray plastic. This is silver. That looks painted to me. I don't think you could get that with non-paint. But yeah, it really looks good on yellow. Wish they had kept this for all the other figures in the In Space team. But I mean, it still looks good. Don't get me wrong. But you know, anytime we can get nice shiny plastic, the better. So being the initial, here we go, the Star Slinger. It comes with a brand new effect piece, which really like sticks on there. Like that ain't coming off. I'm pulling pretty hard right now, but you have to kind of get up close to it. But yeah, it really just sticks in there. Again, if it'll focus, the camera does not like the focus. There you go. You get the idea. There's two holes in there that the tips of the Star Slinger slot into. It's not too hard to get out. It's very easy to put in though. This is molded, I believe, in yellow for the main section, but then it's molded in this just regular grayish silver plastic. I do think this is actually two molds in one. Might be dual molded, might not be. I don't think this is painted in yellow, at least that I can see, but the handle is painted as well as the tips on the Star Slinger. That goes over all the accessories. Now let's take a look at the actual figure herself. And I do have one complaint on my figure. So this side here, her shoulder, it doesn't want to go up. As you can see, it wants to like go above the actual butterfly joint here. So what I have to do on mine is turn it upside down, and then I'm able to rotate it. So that if I want to have her with her arm all the way out, that's what I would have to do. So if you get this figure, what I noticed is actually on this side, if you compare shoulders, and obviously the weapon's in the way here, but if you compare shoulders, there's actually more plastic on this one there is this one. So take like a knife, like a really sharp knife, X-Acto, box cutter, etc., and just try to shave off some plastic there. You will see some yellow, but you should be able to, you know, bend the shoulder. So that does suck on my figure, but otherwise I don't have any other issues with this figure. She actually stands up on her own. She doesn't need any help. She could actually pull off that pose on the box. So I guess the SPD Pink and the Rita were just kind of duds with their posability, because every other female figure I've gotten recently can pose, like Astronema, although she has some problems. But yeah, being I believe this was the second Yellow Ranger in the line after Trini, or Mighty Morphin Yellow. So I do like the yellow color they used. It's slightly orange. I don't think it's as orange as A Squad Yellow, which we will take a look at for comparison's sake in a moment. The paint job. So in the show, her V here, like her little handkerchief looking thing on her suit, it's actually supposed to be yellow, just like the other In Space Rangers. However, they decided here to paint it gold. Not sure why. It's probably hard to paint yellow on yellow, and it probably didn't stand out much. But if you look at the difference between the torso and the forearms, that's a different yellow. This is more orange than this is right here. Speaking of which, paint-wise, the application of the squares looks good. Unlike my Cassie, this looks really nice. Like it's mostly even. All the squares are about the same size. It looks good. Now, every in-space visor I have has an issue. Obviously, you can see some overlap, and there's just a little bit of yellow sticking out at the bottom there. I don't think this looks bad. Honestly, it doesn't bug me. If I wanted to fix it, I don't know if I really want to. Anyway, skirt-wise, she also gets... Right, can't... Just trying to move her arms out of the way so you can see the skirt. There is a cut so that she can do, the splits if she wanted to. She does have a thigh swivel up there. Standard articulation. The skirt doesn't get in the way too much with that cut, thankfully. Doesn't really go back very far. But just like all the other In Space Rangers, there's no paint from the, hips down below. So what they did with this holster here is they actually mold it in yellow for the skirt and then paint everything. So this is all white, including the holster here and the gold on the belt. There's nothing really on the back of the figure other than the white stripe. And as you can see, the butterfly joints here, they are slightly different yellow. It's not really that dramatic of a difference of color. The lines on the bottom here don't really match up, but again, it doesn't bother me. At least it's there. Just like the other In Space Rangers, the butterfly joint is white, and then they paint the color. Probably just makes it easier, because painting white on a darker color just makes it look like a brighter, dark color like that. I don't think I can rotate the skirt, but yeah, it's pretty rigid. But you could probably use a hairdryer to heat up the skirt, so if you wanted to like twist it just a little bit like that, you could do it. I think that goes over everything of the figure. Let's take a look at the civilian head. Oh, I will say be careful when taking off Yellow Ranger heads, because sometimes the pegs on them have been known and prone to break. Basically, this whole section just comes out. Alright, let me see if I can get this on. I haven't actually put it on before. Okay, I got her head on, surprisingly. Pretty easy. So there is Ashley, and when it's on the figure, it doesn't look too bad. I still think the smiling's a little creepy. I'm not entirely sure why it looks so strange. It's probably just that the teeth aren't that bright, or maybe they're too bright. It's really hard to tell what's the uncanny valley thing here. But the hair works, and it does impede movement a bit, but she can still rotate her head. She can look up, she can look down. It does mold the or rather it as I was saying, it makes the mold just a little squishy. Alright, I think now is the time for some comparisons. Let me make sure she can stand on her own. Yeah, she usually doesn't have problems. She can stand just fine. Let's start with the ruler, if it wouldn't have dropped. Looks like she stands in just about 6 inches, maybe just a little shorter. So, standard traditional body mold. Makes sense. They really just keep the same molds but add paint. Alright, so the first comparison I wanted to do was A Squad Yellow and the difference in their helmets. So obviously this is a male ranger mold, so it's a bigger helmet, but basically the exact same. When I look at both of these, I think I like the shaping on this one actually better. This looks fine. Like, I don't think it looks bad. It's just I think this looks better. So yeah, there's the comparison of their helmets. They look good. Next up, let's go with In Space Pink here. Oop. Yeah, in space, Pink sometimes has issues standing, but she should be fine. Come on. So yeah, they're the exact same body mold, exact same helmet mold. Only difference is their main weapon, and of course the civilian head and effect piece. And finally, last figure is Andros here. So he is a bit taller by about maybe like a quarter inch. But yeah, they look good together. Um, okay, I lied. There's one more figure. I have in Space Black. He'll be a future review. But just so you know, he's the same height as Andros. But yeah, the four of them look good together. Here's hoping I get blue and even silver soon. So I think that wraps up everything of the review here. Let me know in the comments what you think of this figure. I think it's pretty good. Being the first in space figure in the line, it was very difficult to mess this up. And obviously it has some differences, like, no yellow handkerchief and the white is all the way up on the shoulder, whereas on Pink it's a bit further down, like the rest of the range, red, black, and blue, and I think even Silver Rangers. I would recommend getting this. It's a very cheap figure. I mean, even if you wanted to use this for customs, that would be a decent choice. Anyway, yeah, that's the review. Let me know in the comments what else you want to see me review. Not just Lightning Collection, but other figures like McFarlane DC Multiverse, etc. But yeah, thanks for watching. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more videos like this, and hit the bell to be notified when they're available to watch. Thanks for watching. Peace.